Hello class. Before we start today's lesson, I just want to make sure everyone printed off Lesson 1, What Are Exponents notes taking sheet so you can follow along in today's lesson and fill out the necessary material so we can be successful. Before we begin, let's look at today's learning objectives, or what you're going to be able to accomplish by the end of this lesson. Our first learning objective states, given an exponential expression, the students will be able to identify and explain the different components involved. Our second learning objective says, given an exponential expression, the students will be able to convert from this expression to expanded and word form. So, some of you are looking or curiously wondering, well, what are exponents? These weird little numbers that we see up top in mathematical terms are called our exponents. And the numbers that are below them are what we call our base number. So we have our base number and its exponent. If I asked you before teaching you any of the stuff that you're going to learn today, what my answer would be for this exponential expression, a common mistake that a lot of students make is they'll just multiply these two numbers together. Or 3 times 4, which is 12. This couldn't be further from the truth. Okay? Basically what this means is our base is going to be the number that we use, and we multiply it by itself by our exponent, or how many times. So our base tells us what number we're going to use, our exponent is going to tell us how many times. Just so we get used to it in today's lesson, we're not going to actually be solving any of these, we're going to save that for tomorrow, but we're going to take a lot of time and a lot of practice to make sure that we understand the concepts behind what an exponent is and how it deals with its base number. So, what this actually means in number form. One of our learning objectives was to be able to write it in expanded in word form, and that's what we're going to do right now down below here. So, what it actually means in number form is 3, or the number that we're using, that many times. So I'll go 3, 3, 3, 3. So I have 3 4 times, but when dealing with exponents, we multiply. So this is in expanded form. This is our exponential expression. This is expanded form. Now we're going to write it what it is in word form. So this would be read as 3 to the 4th power. So we got our 3 obviously from our 3 and our 4th power from our exponent. So we can just fill these in however we want. Let's say we had a problem like 2 as our base number and 3 as our exponent. If I asked you to write this in word form, you would go 2 to the 3rd power. Got my 2 from my base, I got my 3 from the, or my 3rd from the 3. Let's flip our notes taking sheet over, see what we got on the back. Okay. There's a chart here which we're going to convert from exponential form to expanded form to word form and back and forth. Okay, I've given you one of them, and we have to figure out what would go in the other 2 squares. So 2 to the 5th power, it's telling me to write it in expanded form. To do that, I have to write 2 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put my multiplication symbols in there. And now it wants me to write it in word form. So in word form, this is 2 to the 5th power. something can get even trickier. We're going to go from expanded form, then we're going to go backwards a little bit into exponential form. So the first thing you do is look at what number you're using. So I'm using the number 3, so that's going to be my base, and I used it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So I would read this as 3 to the 6 power. And the last type of problem you're going to encounter is going from word form, and we got to put it into expanded form or exponential form. So this says 5 to the 4th power. So I would start just with exponential form, 5 to the 4th, which tells me I have 5 4 times. And there we go. It's as simple as this. I have 12, 1, 2, 3 times, so it's 12 to the 3rd power. 12 to the 3rd power. Okay, there are going to be some special cases in here where you might not know what to do, but just give it your best. It says 3, 1. Well, all I have to do is write 3 one time, or that is 3 to the 1st power. 9 to the 2nd power. 9 times 9. 9 twice. In word form, this would be 9 to the 2nd power. Now, I've tried the first 6 with you. What I would like you to do at this time is try the bottom 6 on your own and then come back and see if you got the correct answer. So right now, just hit pause on the video. When you complete filling this out, then unpause it, and I'm going to go through these last 6, and you can see if you got the right answer, or if you understand what we're going to be doing today. So pause it now. Alright, so at this time you all should have filled out these last 6. As I go through them, or fill them out, you should check your work and make sure you did it right. So, we got 2 14s, 14 to the 2nd power. Some of you may have been confused about what the word cubed means. If you ever see if you ever see squared or cubed, these are 2 special cases where squared would be just a 2, or cubed would be 3. It's just what dimension they're in. So cubed means 16 squared. So if you didn't quite get that one, then wrong spot. 16 squared, written in exponential terms. 16 times 16. Cubed means 3. If it was squared, I would have written it twice. My mistake. 6 to the 4th power, or 6 4 times. There's 3 6s here, so that would be 6 to the 3rd power. 5 7 times. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 5 to the 7th power. 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. which is 4 to the 4th power. Okay, so that's all we're doing today. We're just going to be going from exponential form to expanded form to word form. We're not going to solve these at all. We're just learning how to expand them out, write them in word form, and that's about it. If you have any questions, send me a quick message, or you can write on today's blog. What you still have to do today to finish today's assignment before you can start lesson 2 is open up lesson 1 homework. Once you're completed with that, to make sure you understand everything we're doing, I want you to open the answer key, check your work really quick. If you still don't get something, rewatch the micro lecture, and then take the quiz to just check for understanding, make sure that you understand the material, so I can make sure you understand the material, so I can go over some other stuff if you don't quite get it. So don't forget, write a message on our message board, or send me a personalized message if you still don't get something, and I'll help you out.